Hi everybody, Amber Icefeld with Big Leap of Faith Dog Training and Una. We are going to demonstrate how to do the place command. The place command is a household management exercise that can be used for a lot of things. If you have a dog that is barking a lot, if you have a dog that's a counter surfer, if they like to chew on things, this is a great exercise. I particularly like to use this exercise for when I have guests that come over. I have 4 dogs and I don't want them rushing the door, so I'll send them to their place. I also use this when I'm cooking. I have a relatively small kitchen, and so I will send my dogs to their place while I'm cooking. This can be an on-the-go tool as well. You can bring this to a friend's house, you could bring it to a brewery or an outdoor restaurant, be able to send your dog to their place and they hang out there. So the concept is they go to the place, they can do whatever they want on it. They can sit, they can down, they can stand, or any combination of those things as long as they remain on that mat until we release them. So today it's not about obedience. It's not about asking them to sit or down on the mat or stay on the mat. It's just kind of shaping what we're asking for. In this process, I like to start out with a clicker. You can get these anywhere in typical dog training stores. You can also get them online. They're fairly cheap. I think this was under $1. If you don't want to use a clicker or you're not familiar with how to use a clicker, you can check out my clicker training protocol on YouTube. This also, if you're not going to use this, then you want to be able to use your verbal marker. My verbal marker is yes, but it could be good, nice, wow, as long as you are consistent with your words. So today's session is going to go relatively easy. The only thing that I'm going to ask for in this session is for her to be able to touch the mat at some point. So I don't care if she gets 1 paw, 2 paw, any paw, she's going to get rewarded. And when I reward, I'm going to click and then the treat comes out. So the important part is that I'm clicking first and then I'm dispensing the treat. I put the treat on the mat. So we're going to give Una a little bit of a try. She might offer a sit or a down. In this case, when you start this with your dogs, any kind of communication that they're having with the mat is acceptable. And again, you can use a mat, a towel, a blanket. It doesn't matter what it is. I just like to have something that I can roll up and take anywhere. So I'm going to just guide Una, kind of just walk around and try to get her to move. Come on. So she's giving me some sort of connection on the mat, and I clicked and reward. And I'm going to ask her to go off the mat and then see if she brings anything else to the mat. She's standing on the mat with 4 paws, that's acceptable. I throw a cookie to get her off the mat and see if she'll offer anything else. So at this point, she was going to offer it down. She's going to offer it down because she knows that, and that's what my expectation is for her. Throw the cookie. We also want to be able to try from different angles to see if they go to their mat. She offered me a down. I click and treat. Come back to the mat, click and cookie. At this time, I'm not actually giving the command a name. I'm just asking her to go to her mat. Putting a name to it will come later. Also, having her sit or down on the mat will come later. So in the first couple of sessions, several times a day throughout a week, your expectation might just be for them to stand on the mat. Eventually, once you know that they can do this from different angles, then I would see if they will offer you more. So I'm going to throw the cookie, see if she'll go to the mat, see if she'll offer a sit or a down. She offers a down, I click and treat. Your dog will likely offer a sit first. I would still click and treat for that. Mat, mat. Good. So now what we're doing is we're going to start to phase the leash off, so I should be able to send her to her mat at any time. So I'm going to throw a cookie so she's away from it. Una, mat, click, and treat. So eventually I can get rid of the clicker as well. So eventually, now that she kind of understands it, I'm going to throw a cookie. I'm going to send her to her mat. She offers me a down. I say yes and treat. So I'm marking the behavior and I'm getting away from the use of the clicker and just using a food and lure and marker word. Go your mat. Nice. Good. So that is the start of place. Take it at your own speed, take it nice and slow, have an expectation, they get used to the mat, they get comfortable with it. Then you can get to a point where they offer a sit. Once they offer a sit, and you know they know the sit, then you can ask for a down. I wouldn't say the word down, I would just wait them out. If they offer you the behavior, mark and reward. Okay, so the next part of this is being able to have Yuna go to her mat, lie down, and stay there until I release her. And I'm going to have a release word when I release her. My release word is going to be okay. So I'm going to have her get off her mat. Yuna, mat. She offers me a down. This mat is very movable. I'm going to walk away, and my expectation is that she stays where she's at. If she were happen to get up, I would just go back and put her back in her place. So we'll try this again. When you're starting out, you might not have as much distance work. You might just go a little bit away, go back and reward. Do it from different angles. Mat. Good. So you can see that she got up, so all I did was go back and say and ask her to go to her mat. Nice. Good. She should be able to hang out here until I release her. So this is the place command. I highly think that it would be very valuable if you put this to place in your own home, especially if you have different issues and things with your dog, or if you just want your dog to be calm. Good job. Okay, good job.